This is the Retirement Key Podcast with Abe Abich, founder of Abich Financial Services.
And I'm Heather Branch here with Abe, talking about ways to help you prepare for your financial future. RetirementKeyRadio.com is where you can go to begin your own conversation with Abe and his team at Abich Financial Services. You can also find links in the show notes. Again, that's RetirementKeyRadio.com. The whole idea of the holidays and everything else that's involved with this time of year getting into the fall, and it is spending season, baby. However, when it comes to our retirement years, of course, we look forward to these times. What is the joke? Is every day is Saturday except for Sunday, right?
That's right.
And think about how much you can't run errands anymore without. Every time I walk out the door on a Saturday, I think to myself, well, here goes at least $100 out of my pocket. That's if I'm not getting gas. So when we're thinking about how to figure out our income for the next 30 to 40 years, how much money do you need to enjoy those years? Here is how wealth manager Charlie Epstein answered that question on TikTok.
You know, there's a lot of stuff about you got to have a certain amount of money, $2 to $3 million, in order to be happy when you reach your retirement years, or you got to make a certain amount of income. So here's a simple formula. When you get to your retirement years, 60, 65, or 70, you're probably going to need 70 to 80% of your current income. And you've got it. Repeat after me. The income replacement formula.
All right. So a couple of questions for you. Is it really that simple? I mean, he talked about 70 to 80%, and something I've heard you address before is the idea of the day you retire, with the first day of retirement, you don't want to wake up having a 20 to 30% pay cut from your income. And two, can you just talk to us how we can simplify figuring out our income and replacing that paycheck in our retirement years?
Yeah, that's one idea, and that's probably pretty common, Heather, for a lot of people. And that would basically mean that if you're making $100,000, that you might only need 70 to 80 grand when you retire, because per year of income, because you're not maxing out 401ks, and there's expenses. You're not driving to work, you're not paying for that gas that you were in the past. But in our retirement income plans, Heather, we want our clients to keep their current lifestyle. So if they're spending $100,000 a year, right, $7,000 or $8,000 a month in mortgage, rent, whatever utilities are, vacation, we want to try to keep that heading into retirement, because I think there's a misconception out there that a lot of people think they're going to be spending less in retirement. But man, you've got those go-go years, slow-go years, then no-go years. And in those go-go years, you want to be going, and man, you want a surplus. You want excess income coming in. This is really the name of the game of retirement, is creating that income plan, a clear path forward, a roadmap. So as we're talking about income here, we just had a couple call into the show and come in from Manassas, Virginia, with $1.2 million saved. They're in their late 60s, like both 68 or so, retiring end of 2024. So we have right about a year or so until full retirement. 5 on our risk scale, middle of the road investors. A 10 would be all stock, a 1 would be all cash on the sideline. They're right in the middle. And a lot of our clients are in between that 4 to 7, like just middle of the road, normal, middle American millionaires, right? That want decent return, but also want to go to sleep at night, Sure. So their problem, just like so many people we meet with, is that they were so focused their entire career on that phase 1 part of the retirement plan and getting to retirement to have saved enough. Now they're realizing, after meeting with us and coming on board and becoming clients, that they do have enough saved. They had no income plan. All the focus was that growth and accumulation and maxing out 401ks. We found out that all of their income, they've got 2 pensions, 2 Social Security checks, exceeds all of their expenses. We found that out in the first meeting. A lot of times that first meeting, sitting down with myself or any member from our advisory team, is really telling, because people are finding out for the first time, can I retire? And if so, when? And what is that going to look like? Like, a lot of people run their own numbers, but there's a lot of things people aren't factoring in, and things like inflation and Medicare expenses and all kinds of things. So we found out in that first meeting, all of their income from pensions and Social Security exceeds all their expenses without touching the $1.2 million that they've accumulated.
That's awesome.
In some of these meetings, Heather, we can tell our prospective clients, you have won the game. You can retire. with dignity and confidence. You can control your own destiny from here on out. You have worked so hard, all these commutes and long hours and working hard, and all the grind has paid off. You're here at the point of retirement. You can really seal this up, right? You can really secure your retirement, put together a plan for this phase 2, for a transition into full retirement. This type of plan should be different than that plan you had when you were 30, 40, and 50, when you were just pedal to the metal and focusing on all that growth and accumulation. So they wanted to preserve and protect that life savings. They wanted to create a roadmap, and that's exactly what we helped them to do. So that's the solution for them, was building out that retirement income plan and roadmap that gave them a clear path forward that they could see starting in the first meeting with us. The clarity that so many people need. What have I done well? What have I done that needs work? What are the risks and pitfalls that I'm aware of and not aware of that can destroy my last 40 years of work? It gives people added peace of mind, right, as they're transitioning with 6 months, a year, or 2 years left until full retirement. So if you're listening right now and you sound like this couple from Manassas and you're retiring here, I would say in 5 years or less, you're looking for more clarity. You're looking to find out what you don't know and maybe get out of your own way and just make sure that you can transition successfully into phase 2. Just go to retirementkeyradio.com and we can begin to have these same conversations with you as well.
So thinking about a full comprehensive retirement roadmap, of course, a big part of that is the idea of our stock market investments. But so many people are still trying to figure out what the heck is going on with the market, Abe. The mixed messages continue. Meanwhile, if you're one of the many trying to figure it out, economist David Rosenberg tells CNBC, you are wasting your time.
The market takes off for whatever reason. And then you get the analysts and the economists and the strategists scurrying around trying to fit the narrative into the price action. Sometimes the stock market's going to do what it's going to do. We all know that the market is this malevolent beast, does not always respond to valuations. It's not a timing tool. It doesn't always respond to the fundamentals. It just sometimes takes a head of its own.
So, I mean, the whole idea about our market investments, especially for retirement, I think for a lot of retirees, it's just an animal. It's a beast we don't feel like messing with anymore. However, we don't want to miss out either. If many of us still need growth in our retirement years, how do we gauge how to best approach this in our retirement?
You know, Heather, I'm thinking about a couple that we just met with from Frederick, Maryland. And as we were talking to them and giving them their retirement income plan with, talking about their investments in the market and all that, we talked about their money in terms of buckets and different purposes, right? Mm-hmm. So obviously we need money over our lifetime. That might be an income bucket. We need money to grow into our 90s, make sure it's there. We need money for health care. A lot of people want to pass on money to their kids, grandkids. A lot of people want to donate and tithe to the church in different places. So each of those pieces of monies can be and oftentimes should be invested differently. And so this couple I'm thinking about here specifically came in from Frederick, Maryland with $1.5 million saved, and they're retiring in 5 years. They're in their early 60s. They're a 7 on the risk scale. So they're able to take on a little more risk than a lot of people are. And the problem when they came in is that they're all in stocks, right? So they're all in the growth bucket. And although they've gotten to 1.5 million in accumulation, over 90% of that 1.5 million is all in the stock market, and specifically all stocks. So they've done really well, but they're concerned for the volatility in the market and losses that could be upcoming after, dealing with a bull market in the stock market for 14 years. Sure, we've had some volatility the last year and a half, but the markets continue to go up and down. And so they're concerned with big losses as they head into retirement. So the solution for them, Heather, and for anyone listening right now that is concerned about the positions that you're holding, if you're not 100% sure what you own, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, real estate, annuities, whatever it is, you're not 100% confident that you know what you own, just like this couple, call in and get that portfolio x-ray. So this couple got a portfolio x-ray and 401k analysis. It went over everything that they own. What are the pros and cons of it? What is the risk? How much is that risk? What are their fees and costs? What are the upsides and downsides if they made no changes to their portfolio? What is the overlap, if any? Do you have companies like Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft overlapped across multiple accounts, which so many people do, which is inefficient? So if you're listening right now and you sound like this couple from Frederick, Maryland, and you're not 100% sure of what you currently are invested in, the pros and cons of your stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, target date funds, and you want more clarity and insight, and you really want to know the detail, we want to give you that portfolio x-ray and 401k analysis that we did to the couple in Frederick, Maryland. Go to retirementkeyradio.com. click on the Contact Us tab at the top of the page, and we can begin to have that same portfolio conversation with you as well.
Thanks for listening to the Retirement Key Podcast with Abe Abich. To learn more about Abich Financial Services, visit retirementkeyradio.com. And join Abe for his radio show, The Retirement Key, Saturdays at 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. and Sundays at 2 p.m. on WMAL.
Investment advisory services offered through Abich Financial Wealth Management, LLC, number 310633, a registered investment advisor firm. Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if Abraham Abich is licensed in your state, please call 571-577-9968. Abich Financial Services is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Abich Financial Services, Inc., Virginia Insurance License number 127820.